I got this coloring book and I need to show you some of the things that I've colored. So I just got it like 3 days ago. So I only have 3 pages, but this is the first one I did. She's super cute. Then I did this one, also super cute. And then I did this one, which is my most recent one. And I have these markers also, which are in a pack of 80. So they're quite the variety, but my husband got me that for Eid the other day and I have been obsessed with it. And I know in my last video I talked a lot about like adding more color into my life, and I think an ongoing theme that I've been talking about this a lot is like doing things that I used to do when I was younger, reconnecting with my childhood and all that stuff. And this has been hitting the spot in ways that I have not experienced in a long time. So I'm gonna leave the link for these in the description box if you want them, because I am always so eager to color, and that is a big reason why I feel like I have been not writing as much. Also other things, I feel like life right now is super busy and this is just not helping, because when I'm like, okay, I need to decompress, what should I do? Should I read? Should I write? Should I color? These past 3 days, coloring has been the reason. And tell me why it's so hard to find what color I want for these. Like, I have a pack of 80, so trying to find the right shade of pink and green and purples and blues is very difficult, but I love devoting my time into this. So let's see how this impacts my writing. But for today, or should I say this evening, we're gonna do some writing. I'm trying to make sure I have enough time in the day to do everything I want, and sometimes I can be kind of lazy and procrastinate. So this first half of the day I told myself I need to get the non-negotiables out of the way, and now I'm at the other half of the day where I can just do whatever I want for fun. So that is going to be writing, I think. And then maybe at the end of the day when I got all my writing out, I can just do some mind-numbing coloring. And I think honestly it'd be fun maybe in another video to do like a day in my life, or like a day of how I incorporate writing in a busy schedule, because I'm still trying to figure it out, and I think it might be helpful to maybe try different routines and see what works. I don't know. But at the same time, I think I mentioned this before, if I don't have time to write, your girl's not gonna write. But I am very much in the mood today. So we're gonna go to the cafe, we're gonna get some writing done and see what happens and if I have any thoughts to discuss with y'all. But welcome to today's writing vlog. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm having a even better day now that I'm finally recording, and yeah, let's go ahead and write. So I'm back and I'm really happy with the progress that I've made. I'm halfway through a scene, I think, and I do want to keep writing today, so hopefully we can finish the scene by the end of today's video. But I'm now at this point in my book where I feel like I feel like I'm already I'm past the it's so hard to find out where I am in this book. Because I do want to read the Save the Cat book, but I want to just write everything, finish the first draft, and then read it, because I feel like I'm going to be way too hung up on like the plot and structure and everything else that's in this book, and I don't want to do that right now. I feel like I just want to write, and then when I'm in the revision portions, then I can like clean it up and do all that fun stuff. But I'm past the point where like the love interests are like, how do I say this? Okay. They're starting to see eye to eye, I think. There's still lots of tension, but like these two characters are starting to see eye to eye. and I'm really happy about that. I think the hardest thing though is trying to make the transition from going to enemies to lovers a little bit more seamless, because I feel like I'm kind of choppy, but maybe I'm only saying that because I don't have a bird's eye view yet. I'm still very much looking at each chapter individually, kind of tunnel visioning it beyond maybe like going back every so often just to like fact check something. But I think I'm doing good enough. But for the most part, I feel like majority of the time I'm staring at my page trying to figure out what I want to happen next, or like how to like get the words to like word and formulate and whatnot, which is nothing new. I do think I'm getting better with that, but I feel like when I haven't had like a long period of sitting down and writing, then it's harder to get back into it. But one thing that's helped a lot, and something that's not even unique to writing, just literally anything, when I'm on YouTube and I can see other people doing the same thing as me, the way that it just like motivates me so much is crazy. Like, I love watching writing vlogs and people sharing about their projects and talking about their struggles or their wins or anything like that. I just find that so helpful because it makes me like excited for my story. Like, same thing in real life too though. Like, if I have my friends telling me about their stories, the way that it just charges my battery, and I'm like, yo, I need to get it back into my project. Like, it's not even funny. And I doubt I'm the only one who feels this way, and I would love to know if you guys feel this way. But I feel like whenever I need to like get myself to be motivated, whether it's writing or studying or whatever, I just watch a vlog about it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yo, time to like switch these gears on, and now I'm in that mindset. Though the only thing is that I'm subscribed to so many author tubers that it's so hard to like find the time to watch them all. I feel like that's the only struggle, because like, who has the time, you know what I mean, like to do life and then write and then watch all these awesome vlogs and writing videos and author tubers? Like, y'all, it's hard. Like, I have to like take a mental note, which I never use the save for later button, and I feel like I should, but like I always have to like wait for a certain day, and I just kind of binge watch all these vlogs, and it's like the best thing. Also, super off topic, but I just read this book that I would love to talk about. It's this one right here. It's called 4 Eids and a Funeral, and I just finished it. I don't know if it's been a week yet, but maybe. And I finished it in like 2 days. It's not that long. What is it, like 319 pages, and I ate this up. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it in a different video that's related but also separate in and of itself. But y'all, I ate this up, and it's a young adult book. It's about 2 Muslim characters who are, I think, like 17 or something, and they were best friends. Then they ended up being like enemies and then lovers, and it was just so nice to read, and it made me remember like those feelings when you're young. Not that I'm old, but like younger, and like you crush on somebody and you have all these feelings. Okay. You have all these feelings, and it just like set me back like 10 years and really made me feel so like, I don't know, giddy. And like, they're teenagers, so like whenever they do like cringy things, I love it, honestly. And that's my thing, right? When I read books and it's like adult books and they're acting young, that bothers me so much. Like, it's not even funny. But like when they're actually young and they act young and they do cringy things, then it's like, oh, so relatable. You know what I mean? So very random, but really enjoyed this book. And I feel like I haven't read a book this quickly in a minute. I feel like a lot of times I'm reading books and I'm finishing it like at the least in a week just because of everything else going on. But this one, every time I had free time, I just read this book, and that's how I was able to finish it quickly. And I want to do that again. I want to like really engulf myself in like a book, just be like so excited to pick it up. And okay, and now I'm gonna go on another tangent, bear with me, but I've been seeing on Instagram, like, I don't even know what, like, how to describe it, but, and maybe I'm ignorant, but somebody please explain. Like, I've been seeing like artwork, and like, you know when you see those posts that explain the story and have like just tropes around it and describing it, I've been seeing a lot with like, first of all, what's an orc? I've been seeing a lot of orc stuff, which I don't know what that is. And also like animals, like they're like a mix of animal and human, and I'm pretty sure it's a love story because they be saying stuff and using terminology that's giving, I don't know if I could say it online, but it's giving animal stuff that I am concerned about. And like there's a whole genre of like romance that I just am not aware of. And I want to say like no judgment, but I'm absolutely judging, you know, if it is what I think it is. And I'm just very curious if you're into it. What is the appeal? Because I remember sending a DM to my friend about it and being like, what is this? And then it was also something about like toe beans or something. Like, I don't know, bro. There's definitely something in the romance genre that I'm not aware of, and I don't know if I want to be fully aware of it. But for the sake of educational purposes, if you can explain it to me, please go ahead. But yeah, I feel like there's just different genres sometimes, of romance readers, and this one is one that I just don't fully understand. Should I do a reading vlog reading one of these? Shoot, that would be really funny. I feel like it'll be really funny. And you know what? I love you guys just enough. Yeah, I might just do it. But yeah, anyways, did I give you a writing update? I think I did. But anyways, this was a tangent. I need to get back to writing before the sun goes. Well, actually, shoot, I think I'm about to go outside for a bit, maybe even read a little bit and then come back and do some writing. But yeah, that's just what's on my mind. I love how like in my videos, like I just talk and it's not even like coherent in the slightest. Hope you don't mind. But anyways, I'm gonna go do my thing. Bye. Okay, so it is the next day. I ended up just spending time outside instead of writing yesterday, or at least yesterday evening, because it was so nice outside. The sun is setting. I just love being outside, so I decided to do that instead. But I did end up writing right before bed. I typically write on my phone when I'm like cozy in bed, and I feel like whenever I do that, I get more done than I was expecting to get done, to be honest. And honestly, I feel this all the time, and I have this little dilemma about writing, because for one, I'm at the point where things are getting so juicy, like the tension is high, everybody knows who likes who, but like no moves have been made yet, and like I am dying. Like I just want to like jump to the good part, and I'm not gonna let myself, and I know I'm the author, I know I can do whatever I want, but this is just a set rule that I have for myself, because I feel like if I just get to the good parts, then I'm not gonna want to write like the filler or like the not so exciting parts. So I feel like this is my way of keeping myself like disciplined and having something to look forward to, you know what I mean? And I also feel like it just makes more sense, because the more I write about these characters, the more I learn about them, and I feel like if I'm writing out of order, their personalities are gonna be all over the place, just because I feel like every time I write, I'm learning more, and like things are slightly different than how they were before. But yeah, I'm just like so impatient right now, and I just want to like get to the good part. And I know I still have a lot of ways to go, especially because life right now is like already busy, and I don't think I'm gonna finish the book at the time I initially wanted to, but still I think I'm on track for 2025, which might sound like a long time, because I feel like there's so many authors out here who are talking about how they wrote their like first draft in a month, or like did all this stuff, and I'm just kind of like, ooh, maybe I'm just thinking it too hard. And I know this is my first book, so that's something very different too. I know people who have written a lot of books can crank out a lot of books faster, and that's just not where I'm at right now, and that's fine. But yeah, I really want to hurry up and like get to the good parts, but all good things take time. So also, quick little tangent, I have been dabbling with the thought of going live, and mostly I feel like if I'm gonna go live, it's probably not gonna be planned. I'm probably just gonna turn on a live stream, and if you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. I'll try my best if I do go live to at least give you guys like a heads up, at least the morning of. But I'm scared. Like, I don't know why the thought of going live by myself is so intimidating, and that's what I want to do. I want to just go by myself and just talk, because I don't know, for one, hosting, you have to be very considerate of other people's time, you know, and I feel like I can get carried away sometimes, and if I'm still in the mood to talk, I don't want to hinder other people. But also, if I'm not in the mood to talk, and when I say not in the mood to talk, like, I want to say all the lives are really good, but sometimes you just get drained faster than other times, and like if I'm also getting drained, I don't want to cut it short for other people, and I don't want to, like, I don't know, I feel like when I'm the host, like, that's more pressure, you know what I mean? Like, as a guest, it's not that deep, and also like I'm picking the questions, and I don't know, I just think it'd be fun to go live by myself and just kind of yap. And I don't know if we'll even do writing sprints, because y'all know I'm not a huge fan of writing sprints. I just do them for the yapping. I love to talk to everybody, but for the most part I'm never getting much done during a sprint. So if we do a sprint, it's probably gonna be one or none, at least by myself. I feel like it would just be fun to go live and just talk, because I feel like y'all are yappers, and I know a lot of y'all would be fun to have like engaging conversation with. So peer pressure me in the comments and let me know that I just need to shut up and go live, especially when, like, right now things are busy, so I don't know how frequently I can post, because y'all know sometimes I'd be posting like 3 videos in 3 days, and right now it's very short-lived. It's literally just gonna be like this for a month. I think it'd be nice to just kind of go live for when I know I can't film and edit and get everything done on a weekly basis, but I need to get over this fear. But y'all be just watching me like live, like I'm so aware of when people are watching me, and I think it's nice too when I have other people around, because then it's like I can talk to them. I feel like your attentions are split between both of us, but there's no pros and cons to it, and I'm just thinking way too deep. I really don't need to be doing this, but that's on anxiety, girl. So we'll see. Maybe I'll just be a little crazy and go live. Anyways, I have no idea what I filmed so far. I feel like this might be a pretty short vlog. Should we do a question? Maybe we'll do a little question, because I know I screenshotted questions a couple weeks ago, but my camera roll is thick. Let's see if I can find it. Where did I put these questions? Literally, like, my whole camera roll is just of my niece, so it is difficult to... Oh, here we go. Okay, I guess we can do this one because I think this one's kind of fun. This one asks, that transition of idea to actually writing the first chapter. I feel like I have to reel it back, because for one, y'all know it's been now 6 years since I formulated this idea and actually started writing my current writing project. And I feel like as soon as I had that idea, I just started writing. It wasn't something that I thought too much about. And also, like, at the time, I was just going to, okay, here's some lore. Okay, at the time I was just gonna post on Wattpad. I was gonna start off with 10 chapters, and then every week or whatever I would update the story on Wattpad, and I did. So yeah, it's now not there anymore. And okay, I'm gonna put a picture of my first cover. Oh my god. It's so bad, and I'm gonna blur out the name because the name is still the same, but it's just this man in a tux. I literally just grabbed it off the internet. I didn't do anything fun with it. Maybe I put a filter, but yeah, that was the cover. I think I attempted to outline, but I knew that a lot of it I didn't have answers to yet, so I really just wrote as I went. And yeah, but as you know, I stopped writing that book. I took it off Wattpad, and it didn't really get that many reads. I think it literally had 200 reads, and I posted this back in 2019. So that's still something fun too, because Wattpad wasn't even popping back in 2019, but I felt safe because one, I was familiar with it. I wrote a story back in 2012 or 13 with my friend on Wattpad, and so I was very familiar with it, and I was like, you know what, I want people to read it, so maybe I can post it on Wattpad. And I know a lot of books that I've read and authors, not personally, but like I've witnessed it, people get like publishing deals and whatever that way. So I was like, oh shoot, maybe I can just start off on Wattpad and then get discovered. But that didn't happen. In July 2024, I started writing again, and honestly that transition was not too bad either, just because I finished reading what I had already, and I was so not happy with it. I just wanted to get my hands in it and change everything that I didn't like. So I felt like I was able to crank out my first 10,000 words pretty quickly. Maybe definitely my first 1,000 words. Like, I literally wrote the first 1,000 words in the span of an hour, maybe 2, because I changed a lot. I think there was only one chapter that I kind of copied and pasted and changed a little bit. But yeah, I feel like so far, in terms of getting an idea and writing my first chapter, or at least getting an idea and getting ready to write my first chapter, because I talked about in the last video how I have an idea, but I'm not ready to write my first chapter just because there's so many blanks. I know that there are some people who want to have everything outlined and detailed and they know where this is going. I'm the type of person where it's like, if I know like a synopsis, I know their names, and literally just the names of like the main girl or boy, then I'm like, okay, it's time to sit down, because I don't outline outline. I'm not really a planner at all, so it's very easy for me to just start writing. The hard part is trying to get all my like essentials to start writing, if that makes sense, like the synopsis and the names. And I know actually too, before I feel like this is also really, really important. When I knew that I was going to start this story up again, I made a whole document that has like bullet points of my main characters, their age, their backstory, their connection to each other, the city, the world building, how it plays a part in like the overall plot. So like the whole document, it's literally called insert name of book to-do list, like everything that I need to have figured out before I started writing. And that was just a me thing. I really don't think it's that necessary, but I just knew that it was going to be harder to write as I go if I'm literally stopped and I just have to think about like the name of the city or the name of this character. And I know you can insert fillers, especially in like a zero draft or something like that, but for me, I have to be able to envision these people and like really have personalities with them and envision the city and have a name for it, because it's like essential to my story. And I feel like if I just put fillers for everything, then it would just feel so detached from me and like not as real as I feel like it is now, if that makes sense. And that's not to say that there's no fillers in my book, but for the most part, it's not important. So I feel like that's kind of like what my transitional period looks like, is kind of doing a little bit of homework. I feel like it'll be also interesting when I decide to start the next project, how that's gonna look, because I really just know for the next project what the big twist is, because I haven't allowed myself to really think any deeper than that. But also the thing with ideas for me is I can't really just sit and think, at least of the main plot. It just kind of hits me, whether it's a dream, whether I read something and it triggers something in my brain, but I can't really sit and think of a book idea. Like, it doesn't really happen like that. So anyways, that was a fun question. I'm glad I decided to answer it, because I feel like this vlog might be kind of short and I want to edit her and get her up soon. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Also, quick little fun fact, which I don't think I've ever said in a video before, I do have a Ko-fi. So if you would like to support me and my small little channel, the link is in the description and I really appreciate the support. But other than that, you can always just subscribe for free and follow me on Instagram if you'd like to do so. But yeah, if you made it this far, please leave, let's like a strawberry emoji, because strawberries are in season right now and they be hitting. Like, a lot of times strawberries look better than they taste, but this past month they've been tasting good. So go ahead and put that strawberry emoji and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.